challenging both Israel and the U.S., hinting at unprecedented control over Israeli skies. Tehran launches 30 advanced ballistic missiles in successive waves under its ongoing campaign, signaling the largest strike pattern yet. Iran claims control over large sections of Israeli airspace, leaving the Israeli Defense Forces scrambling to assess the breach. Iranian commanders announced they have taken down Israel's core aerospace monitoring grid, describing it as a major intelligence victory. The Iranian military says its new missiles, carrying massive 1 to 2 ton warheads, have successfully hit predetermined strategic sites. On the night of March 13th into the 14th, Iran launched a large-scale missile offensive against Israel, framing it as a direct act of retaliation for recent regional escalations. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps reported that 30 Super Heavy ballistic missiles were launched, aimed at what it described as critical military and strategic installations across Israeli territory. Iranian commanders asserted that the barrage successfully dismantled parts of Israel's aerospace monitoring infrastructure, calling it a major blow to the nation's defense network. Following the strikes, the IRGC announced that the scale and precision of its operation had allowed Iran to assert control over a significant portion of Israel's airspace, at least temporarily. Major General Majid Musavi, a senior IRGC commander, stated that the mission achieved its central goal, the destruction of Israel's core aerospace systems used for early detection and defense. Speaking to Iranian media, Musavi declared that a considerable area of Israeli airspace had fallen under Iranian observation and control, describing it as a turning point in the ongoing conflict. IRGC commander, Brigadier General Said Majid Musavi posted on X, saying, 30 Super Heavy ballistic missiles, carrying warheads weighing between 1 and 2 tons, have been fired at specified targets in the occupied territories on the Night of Destiny, which was observed on Thursday night in Iran. The operation has successfully disrupted and destroyed key aerospace monitoring and surveillance systems of the regime. As a result of this operation, a considerable part of the regime's airspace is now under our control. Iran confirmed that the missile barrage formed waves 45, 46, and 47 of its ongoing Operation True Promise 4, marking one of the most sustained offensive phases of the campaign. During the 45th wave, Iranian forces reportedly used cluster munitions to strike central Israel, damaging at least 3 sites identified as military or logistic installations. The 46th wave followed with coordinated missile and drone assaults on Tel Aviv, Rishon LeZion, and Shoam, targets the IRGC said were chosen for their operational significance. In the 47th and latest wave, Iran expanded its reach, reportedly hitting positions across the Negev Desert, Bir al-Sab, the Nevatim Air Base, and the city of Lod. In continuation of the operations by the defenders of our nation's skies, 2 American drones were intercepted and destroyed over Firuzabad and Bandar Abbas, and another aircraft was downed over the skies of Tabriz by the IRGC air defense systems under the control of the country's integrated air defense network. The total number of destroyed drones so far has reached 112 of various types: combat, surveillance, and suicide drones. Backed by the sincere support of the Iranian people, in response to the Supreme Leader's first call and the astonishing turnout in the Quds Day rallies, as well as the bravery of the soldiers of the Islamic Republic of Iran's army, the aerospace and naval forces of the IRGC, together with Hezbollah, successfully launched the 45th wave of Operation True Promise 4 on Friday night with the blessed code, O Lord of the Age, against American Zionist enemy targets. In this operation, solid-fuel Khyber Sheikh and precision-guided missiles and swarm formations of combat drones were launched toward enemy objectives. The destruction of Zionist Northern Command infrastructure and the gathering sites of American forces, after prior warnings to withdraw from the region, were among the most critical strategic goals designed for this operation. To achieve these objectives, centers in Haifa, Caesarea, the Zarif and Shlomi settlements, as well as the Holon military-industrial complex, were targeted by IRGC Aerospace Forces drones and missiles. Gathering sites of American occupying forces, following warnings to leave the area, including bases in Al-Dufra and Erbil, were identified and subjected to heavy missile and drone strikes by the IRGC Navy and the Army of the Islamic Republic of Iran. The 46th wave of Operation True Promise 4 was likewise carried out a short time later, targeting additional American and Zionist hostile centers and forces. As part of the mission to hunt down criminal Zionist and American commanders, 10 hideouts and accommodations within the occupied territories, and 3 gathering and concealment sites of American personnel in the region, were precisely identified and struck. In this operation, 7 sites in Tel Aviv, 2 in Rishon LeZion, and one in Jerusalem within the occupied territories, as well as 3 American command posts in King Sultan, Victoria, and Erbil bases, were hit by missile and drone attacks. The day is not far when the Quds Day rallies will turn into...
Relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry guards.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the...
After US bombs Iran's